like these movies. Like, I do. But, like, objectively speaking, is, especially the first one, like, a good, really, like, good film? No. But is it a great film? Yes.
Yeah. That's not what it's about.
No.
We're not about good.
No, we're about having a good time.
But is it the best film ever made? Yeah.
Yes. Hi, it's Megan.
And it's Bree.
And we just want to talk about TV.
Welcome to our podcast,
Unserious. Each episode, we're going to cover a TV show, new or old, and have a silly little conversation about it.
So grab a snack, get comfortable, and let's get unserious.
You better hold on tight, Spider Monkey.
Bella, where the hell have you been, Loca?
There's so many unserious things you can say.
My monkey man.
My monkey man. Wow. You guys know what season it is.
It's Twilight season. That's really good.
Oh my god. I can't believe we made it to this day.
We did it. We've been talking about this for like a year.
I know.
We were like, we'll do Twilight next October. And it's here.
It's here. I'm nervous.
This is a big day for Bree.
This is a really big day. It raised me.
Mm-hmm.
It took me to school.
Yes.
Yes, it did. But
looks around.
Megan.
Oh.
I don't want to talk about Twilight.
Oh,
we don't talk about Twilight
ever.
I want to talk about what you've been doing this past week.
It's been a weird week.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Liam Payne. I was a One Direction girl, so it's been a rough week. Mm-hmm. But we don't have to talk about that. We don't have to be sad. We can take that offline.
we can do that offline.
We can experience that on our own. But other than that, we're still watching Dr. Odyssey. We're still watching
Don't worry, guys.
Still watching Agula. Still watching Dancing with the Stars.
Yes.
And this week, Shrinking came back. We've only seen the first episode, but already killing it. Giving me that comfort feeling of just like a good, positive show that's still about like mental health. And there was a big reveal at the end of the episode that I won't give away if you haven't seen it. This is your chance to get on the Shrinking train.
I was Gag City.
We're Gag City. Megan and Bree, welcome to Gag City. And it's shrinking. So I feel like that's the biggest thing we started this week other than watching the rest of the Twilight.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to keep watching Shrinking. A lot of stuff is coming back. We have yet to start Outer Banks, but don't worry, that's on the horizon. I feel like something else is coming back. Severance isn't for a couple months, but it feels like it's getting close. I know, I'm so excited. But yeah, I love TV. I haven't caught up on the English teacher, so don't look at me.
Oh, I keep seeing that guy's TikTok.
Yeah, he makes me laugh. He's silly.
What's going on?
So maybe I'll catch up on that soon and let everyone know. Maybe that can be like a pod. We were kind of stacked for the rest of the year.
Kind of freaking
but maybe early next year.
Yeah, maybe.
Hopefully it gets renewed. Better. It's really good.
Yeah.
What have you been doing, Bree?
Nothing.
Bengals won. Sorry, I also have to plug that.
Who day? Plug Bengals
plug
won.
Joe Burrow.
They're not as big as losers as they used to be.
Like
Only
a couple
a
weeks
little
ago.
Step up.
They're getting there, I
They have
guess.
some work
it's
to
not
do.
over till it's Jover.
Till it's literally Jover.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, what have you been up to?
Aside from all the things, just like you.
Oh yeah.
I watch everything that you watch.
Besties.
I'm continuing my ACOTAR journey.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 75% in.
Oh, of the first book, yeah.
Yeah, and it's tea.
I did get my witch book. I haven't started yet, so I don't really have an update here. So hopefully by our last October pod, I can tell you how that went.
Yes.
And but I think ACOTAR will be after that.
Yes.
At least the first one.
I think I'm gonna finish ACOTAR and then read something Halloween-y.
Yeah.
And then I don't know. But the second and the third ACOTAR is supposed to be like the best. So
yeah.
I have to jump in.
How many of that like original series are there? 4? 3?
5.
5.
And I think there's another one coming.
Oh my god.
I know.
Damn.
Damn, Ma. Damn.
All right, we'll see how that goes.
Okay, we'll see.
Let's watch this space.
We'll see how far I make it.
I think doing a pod on that would be fun, though. Maybe Ava would do it with us.
Yeah.
We'll see how far we all get and how long that takes.
20 years.
Yeah.
ACOTAR. Yeah.
But you like
What
it?
else? Yeah, I do.
Hell yeah.
I like it. It's kind of drama.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of already spoiled 17 things for myself.
Ava reading the back of the second book.
Like, I'm gonna read the back of the second book.
That's so funny.
I feel like I need to literally listen to the audiobook just to know how to
Pronounce.
say the names.
Yeah.
Because
It's not a bad idea.
I know.
I wonder how long the audiobook is. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Like, you only get 15 hours with Spotify.
I know, and then I run out to wait until the next one.
That's so funny.
What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something about. What was I gonna say?
ACOTAR?
I think it was about ACOTAR.
It's getting up.
Oh my god.
You have to hurry.
Oh no, I'm gonna remember at 3 a.m.
I shoot up out of bed. Like, we have to turn on the mics.
Yeah, I don't really know, but I'll give more of an update when I finish it.
Yeah.
I've been reading it really slowly, and I really like it. Just like I haven't been in the mood to read.
Yeah.
Or I haven't been able to just sit and stay still for more than 10 pages
Turn
at
your
a time.
brain off. Yeah.
So, you know how it is. But you know what? I'm making it through.
Yeah. Watch the space.
Watch the space. Watch the space.
Okay. Well, we're really gonna try to keep this pod to an hour.
Okay,
I don't know how
can
we're gonna do
that.
it. Okay.
I'm just not gonna say anything.
Maybe a little more than an hour, but I feel like we can't go past an hour and a half max.
We got this.
Yeah. So Bree, without further ado,
Oh no! This summary.
tell us about the Twilight Saga.
All right, this will really tell you everything you need to know.
Are we just terrified?
What if I just sang that for the summary?
Or okay.
Okay. Don't look at me. The Twilight Saga is a series of romance fantasy films based on the book series by Stephanie Meyer. The series follows the life of Bella Swan, a human teenager who moves to Forks, Washington to live with her dad, Charlie. Bella's life seems to be going on as normal, being the new girl at Forks High School. Well, that is until she meets a strange guy who can't stand the smell of her in biology class. Who is this guy? Oh my god, is that Edward Cullen? Say it out loud!
Vampire.
Bella's life has now been flipped upside down as she falls in love with a vampire! But with great love comes great danger. Oh, also her BFF Jacob is a werewolf. What the hell?
BTW.
Oh, and Jacob may be in love with her, or not. Maybe it's her unborn vampire human baby, who he will eventually imprint on. This saga takes us on a whole journey with many obstacles, and everyone seems to want to kill Bella. But Edward and Jacob won't let that happen.
No, they won't.
That's all I got for you.
That's Twilight.
Oh my god, is that Edward Cullen?
That's
Just got
so funny.
unserious.
Is that Orlando Bloom? That's so funny. Yay, Twilight.
Yay! Oh my god. Oh my god.
Talk about, really quick, your Twilight journey.
Oh my god. I don't even know. Doesn't know my Twilight
When did
journey.
you get into it?
I think in... what? It was 5th grade.
Damn.
What year was that?
2009? 10?
Yeah.
2009.
I was on
2009.
my shit in 2009.
That's crazy.
Yeah. That is kind of crazy that I was into this in 5th grade.
Yeah, and when did you watch the movies first? Did you read the books first? When did you read the books?
I think I watched the movie first, and then I started reading the books with, Madison.
Yeah.
And then, every time it would come out, we go to the midnight premiere, and the new one came out, and we'd go with her mom. And there'd be all these moms who had, the book club, and they'd all be there, and I'm just, a little bitch, and I'm like, yeah,
in middle school.
I'm sat.
Yeah.
I'm sat for this shit.
Yeah.
I remember at New Moon, there was a fire in the movie theater or something. So it was about to start, and I had my blue icy, and then they were like, "You have to get out of here."
Your blue icy.
I'm right before New Moon, my favorite film.
Yeah, you didn't even know what was about to happen yet.
I didn't know. I was gonna be
did it.
shook to my core.
Yeah.
But I feel like seeing those in theater was like a spiritual experience.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I would have not watched it, if I had waited to watch it till my age now, or even in college, I don't know if I would have latched onto it. There's a lot of nostalgia behind it. Like,
yeah, anything that I watched probably like middle school, give or take, like earlier or later, like the attachment is so hard.
It's just
middle,
like
high school.
like an unhealthy attachment.
Yeah.
And then like it brings me to a place.
Like a dark
that's
place.
Like a different place.
Yeah, like not a healthy one.
Be.
That's me.
Not a good one.
Like, I feel like Hunger Games kind of has that vibe. Teen Wolf, Pretty Little Liars, Once Upon a Time, Vampire Diaries. Anything that, you were really connected to. It's like nothing stronger than the bond between a girl and what they were obsessed with when they were like 13.
No, literally. It's like,
yeah.
a whole, it's a, I don't know, staple in your life. Like it becomes, I don't know.
I remember it being like a phenomenon, but I didn't really get into it as early because we were young.
Yeah, we were.
So like I had heard about it, so it wasn't until probably like I remember distinctly like when Eclipse came out, and I was probably like 6th grade, 7th grade. And I got the movie. I think I watched Twilight in parts on YouTube, like the first one.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how I watched New Moon, and then I remember watching Eclipse like Christmas night because I got it on DVD for Christmas.
Exactly.
And then I watched I think we rented or got Breaking Dawn Part 1. Like, I never saw any of these in theaters because I don't know. Maybe some of, like, my friends were into it, but, like, I didn't have, like, a close friend where we're like, let's go see them. I eventually did that. Like, I didn't go midnight premiere, but I went, like, the day it came out, every Hunger Games.
Yep. Oh, that was the time, too.
Yeah. And I did that, I think, with the first Divergent. We did, like, the late premiere.
Yeah.
But I never did it for Twilight, and I never did it for Harry Potter. I didn't see any Harry Potter or Twilight in theaters, which is kind of a bummer, but we were little, so like I didn't get to that point yet.
I didn't watch Harry Potter like fully until with like in Roscoe.
Yeah. I didn't watch Breaking Dawn Part 2 until college, which I don't remember why. Like it was just I never had the chance to go to Blockbuster and get it.
You couldn't go to Blockbuster.
I don't know.
Breaking Dawn Part 2?
I don't remember what prevented me from doing it. Maybe
I didn't finish the saga.
Maybe I didn't want it to end.
I'm actually good.
Yeah, I don't know. And I didn't read the books, but I did buy Breaking Dawn. I'm like, I'm gonna read it before the movie comes out. I didn't, but I own it.
The thick one.
Yeah, I was like, this is a lot. And I wasn't like, I would go in and out of being a reader. Like when I was really young, I felt like I was a reader, and then I like gave up, and then I got more into reading, and then I was not a reader. So that was not during my reading phase.
Yeah.
So I did not.
My reading era.
I barely cracked that open. I took the poster that was inside of it and
did
what I had to do. That's why I bought it. That's my Twilight journey, and I still enjoy it to this day. And then I think we're gonna spend time on each film. We just saw our local park in Wrigleyville, Gallagher Way, put on a showing of the first one, and what an experience. We talked about, we did that with High School Musical too, and it's so fun watching movies like this. Like we were just talking about, where people just have that nostalgic attachment to it, and it's funny, but everyone also genuinely loves it, and you're watching it with a group of people that are probably about the same age that have the same feelings toward it, and quoting it, laughing, clapping, like cheering.
The clapping and cheering is the funniest part.
So funny. Like it's like a mixture of laughter and clapping when he sang Spider Monkey and all the stuff. When Alice does the baseball pitch and everyone's like, let's go.
Edward walks in with sunglasses, everyone cheers.
Yes, it's so
funny.
Good.
That's what I needed.
So fucking good. It didn't let me do it. I tried to make a compilation of the High School Musical one, so I got scared of doing that for Twilight. Yeah, because it was like copyright. Maybe it's because there were songs though in High School Musical. Maybe Twilight wouldn't let me copyright. So maybe I'll try to post some clips,
some Twilight
reactions.
Yes,
because that was really fun.
So good.
I love it. I did make a TikTok about Carlisle and Charlie, though, while I was there. Blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, from me.
Love them. Okay. Twilight.
Twilight started it all. It's, the filter over it is camp.
It's so funny. The tonal difference is so funny than the rest. Or, like, literally. Visually, I guess. Like, it feels like an indie film, and the rest feel like a Hollywood blockbuster. Yes. So funny.
There's something about it's so funny.
I agree.
That's why there's something about Twilight. Like Twilight, I feel like has like, I mean, the other movies have more, I feel like, drama going on, and like, but Twilight just feels like nothing else.
That's like, I feel like, because like I like these movies, like I do. But, like, objectively speaking, is, especially the first one, like, a good, really, like, good film? No. But is it a great film? Yes.
Yeah. That's not what it's about.
No.
We're not about good.
No, we're about having a good time.
But is it the best film ever made? Yeah.
Yes. And I just think that, I know it's like a tall ask to have someone watch all of these. I think you should. But at the very least, I think every single person should watch the first one at least once in their life, because it's just like culture.
Yeah,
what are you doing?
Watch it.
Yeah, like to say that you've never seen Twilight, like embarrassing.
That's embarrassing. Just say you're boring.
Yeah, just admit it that you're
and you don't know culture.
A loser.
Of vampires and werewolves.
Yeah.
Yeah, just say you're a loser.
Own it.
The acting in it is so funny, and Robert Pattinson's accent comes in and out so much in Twilight. It's so funny. I'm obsessed.
He's fighting for his life.
He's literally fighting for his life.
What can we do?
I love this. Should we? I don't know. It's the fluorescence. I'll just imagine being that obsessed with Edward is so obsessed.
We also experienced watching these movies with Julia, our friend of the show.
Yeah. Friend of the show.
She had never seen them, at least in full, until we watched them together in college, and she's just like sobbing. In one of the movies, she just was sobbing she pulled her mattress into the living room, was sobbing, and she's like, I just want someone to be that obsessed with me. And there's obviously like a degree where you're like, this is fucking toxic.
But
it's like, it's kind of crazy. Like, there was something where I went, this is genuinely, like, what he just did was crazy. Or like, just like getting in the car with her and forcing her to, trying to get her to not go see her friend. Like, I get that her friend's like in love with her, and he's also being like a little messy.
And he's a werewolf.
Yeah, but like, I was like, bro. So it's like, it's one of those things where you have to like put on your lens and go, is this healthy? No, but am I having, once again, a good time?
But am I
yes.
quacking?
But
like
am I gagged?
Am I literally gag city over here?
But he would do anything for her. And like, yeah, you find out there's a reason for it, but the fact that he can read everyone's mind but hers, like, what the fuck?
Like, that's how you know that's your, like, he was probably so frustrated in that.
Yeah, he
couldn't read her mind.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's why it's like, oh my God, who are you?
Yeah.
And like, she smells so bad, but
it's just like, imagine like walking in, you're new at a school, like you're like miserable because your mom's like leaving you for her baseball husband.
You know how it is.
And you're like, I'm going to spend the rest of my school years with my dad I barely talk to, even though DILF City.
Bella, do you know your dad's a DILF?
I'm putting a pin in that.
No.
Like, she's like at her lowest, so she's meeting all these strangers, and all she has is Anna Kendrick. Jessica. And then she walks into biology class and she sees this man who she's intrigued by, and his first reaction is like, oh my God, she smells awful. And like, yeah, I guess you learn like why, but like,
he can't even stand it. He leaves the class.
That's and when she goes and she's like, I don't know why she goes there, but she hears Edward trying to switch classes. Like, he's that repulsed by her that he needs to switch classes.
He needs to fully get out of there.
I would commit.
I would literally I would make it out of that. That's embarrassing.
Bella's simultaneously like the most like mediocre, and I don't mean this meanly, but like, she's just like this girl.
She's just a girl.
But at the same time, she's so much stronger than me. She's so delusional. She's so like, she'll go through anything for this fucking man. And like, is that the message we want to be sending? No, but girl knows what she wants.
When it's a vampire,
she doesn't change her mind. She's committed to the vampire life after just a few short weeks.
She really wants to die.
Like, she's committed to him turning her by the end of the first movie.
Yep. And I gotta say, I gotta say it, Megan, when Edward pretends to go and bite her at the end, and then like says
at the dance,
that's
crazy.
I don't know, romance and crazy.
Crazy.
No.
Wild.
When she's like so excited to be turned.
Yeah,
she's obsessed
instantly
with this idea.
Instantly, like, do we like? I don't know. It's not just like what. Can't even form words.
What?
Like, what is it about her where she's like, yes, this is it for me? Like, not even just Edward. Like, she's just like, but I want it. It's not even about Edward. I just want to be a vampire.
She wants the whole lifestyle.
I guess.
And you know what? I get her.
You like me too. That's Bree's dream, is to be a vampire.
To be a vampire, but like one of these vampires.
Yeah, that
not
sparkle
like
in the sun. This is the skin of a killer, Bella.
No, that's so fun. Why'd they do that?
There's so many things where I'm like, that was certainly a choice.
That was a choice that has remained camp.
Yeah. That they sparkle in the sun. It's not like on the Vampire Diaries or in other lore where they like burn alive. Like they just physically can't be in it. They're like, no, they can go in the sun, but they just sparkle. And that's really like, that draws a lot of attention.
That's beautiful. They just bedazzle.
That's so silly. He's like, look at me, I'm disgusting. This is the skin of a killer, Bella. And he's glittering. He's literally at a Taylor Swift concert.
That scene when he's like going around like, cause you could bite me up like that.
As if you could bite.
That makes me laugh harder. If you put on that scene, I'll just immediately fall on the floor and start laughing. It's so funny.
It's the sequence of one of the most iconic scenes in cinema history, dare I say, when she's turning away from him and he's like, say it. Or like, how long have you been 17? Like that string of dialogue, that scene, the camera circling them. But then it just like keeps going where he goes, I has a mental breakdown.
He's literally, you're like, he's fucking my own personal brand of heroin. I'm like, bro, calm down.
Like, okay,
Play it's
not that serious. Like, she knows you're a vampire, like, girl, relax.
Get up.
And clearly she doesn't get, no, it's insane when he's like, I would like rip you from limb, and she's like, I don't care, I love you, basically.
Said, okay, and?
Crazy.
She said, I'm still into it.
Yeah. There's a lot of hit scenes in this movie, and it's crazy to me that like it's not like you can blame it on the budget. You can't blame it on whatever the way it's filmed. I don't know. Bella pouring ketchup on her burger, but nothing comes out.
There was no ketchup.
What else is like just like very specifically insane?
I mean the spider monkey scene.
Spider monkey and my monkey man.
It's
that's just like iconic. Silly little things.
My monkey. There's so many funny lines.
I'm obsessed with the part where she goes over to have dinner with them, but she had already eaten because she was like, out of respect, like they don't want to eat. Like I'm not just gonna. So I assume I would eat before I go.
Yeah.
And then like they're like, we made Italian because her name is Bella.
Her name is Bella.
And she's like, well, I already ate. She doesn't say that. No, Edward puts her on blast. Like, I would kill myself if my boyfriend said that to his family. She was like, I'm so excited. And then Rosalie breaks the salad bowl.
It really tells you who each Colin is immediately.
Yeah, that's a good point. They were like, we gotta introduce. Although, the first time you see Mommy and Carla at the hospital, heard the chief's daughter was in. Like, everything
breaks in through that door. like Weber doing that.
We were like, ooh. Everything is just so particular in that movie. Every word they're saying, everything they're doing, everything they're wearing, the music that plays is so distinct and like perfect.
I thought people from Arizona were supposed to change. Like, everything is just
the opening shot of her just holding a little cactus because she's from Arizona. Clearly,
of course.
Yes,
they had to establish that.
Yeah. The most iconic scene though is the baseball scene.
The baseball scene holds up.
That gets a room
That's
hype.
A scene.
Ooh, baby, I'm a fool for you. Alice going, it's time. She says that a lot.
I know, she loves to say
it's time
because she knows
it's time. And then her fucking pitch changed lives
with her leg kick.
Yeah, so good.
The buck.
So fucking good.
So good.
And Supermassive Black Hole, as we've already said. And then they're having
a baseball movie.
They're having yes.
Like
my dad loves baseball. Twilight's the best baseball movie. Maybe second to High School Musical 2.
Exactly.
Those are both equally baseball movies, though. But then those three bitches glide in.
Oh, and they glide in. They look cunt.
Yeah.
Not James, but
yeah, not him. Laurent and Victoria.
They were.
But it kind of freaks me out. I don't know, when people glide like that, it kind of scares me.
It's so funny that they make them glide in like that. I'm like, this is.
It gets
serious.
So dramatic, so fast. Like, Laurent is pretty like neutral.
Yeah, he's Switzerland.
And like, I guess Victoria is probably like pretty evil, but like.
James is the real, like...
Yeah, Victoria... The only reason Victoria does what she does in the second few movies is because they kill James, which I guess, but he did go after them first, girl.
It's all a line from those three people.
Yeah, and James just wants to kill her because it'll piss Edward off.
Yep.
Crazy.
And James is like, he loves to hunt. Like, they're like... And it's like, Belle... I'm like, what the hell?
Literally, like, leave this bitch alone.
Just leave her alone. Give her some time.
Yeah. And then, let me tell you. Let me speak.
Oh, no.
I'm watching our time. We have to wrap up Twilight in a second.
Oh, wait, what are you about to say?
Charlie.
Yeah.
The worst.
No, I mean I don't know if you're going to talk about when Bella is mean to
Yes!
Charlie.
That's what I was
That's the worst.
I'm here to talk about my love for Charlie first.
Okay.
Let me establish.
Go on.
I don't care what any of these people do.
Show them your
I don't care if you're Team Edward or Team Jacob.
Hold on.
I don't care if you care about anything else in this movie. What I care about is Charlie fucking Swan. That's the best man I know. Edward, gaslight gatekeep girl boss. Jacob, forcing himself on her, won't take a no for an answer. Charlie Swan's never done anything wrong in his
Besides
life.
be a cop.
Yes, but we forgive him. Charlie Swan and Angela Bassett, we forgive you.
They're allowed.
When I say fuck 12, I'm not talking about them.
I'm not talking about them. Get their names.
Yeah, get my wife's name, Charlie Swan, out of your mouth.
Charlie Swan.
Yeah, I guess that's his one fault. But he's a sheriff. I feel like when you're in a supernatural thing, they're not being cops; they're being supernatural cops.
He's
even though he does
for the animals.
He's not aware.
He's kind of clueless.
Yeah, he's kind of oblivious.
He's kind of a himbo.
If you think about it, I love that man. I've always loved that man. But something this past viewing experience, it was just like at an all-time high. Yeah. And I was like sobbing.
And you were crying.
Sobbing during Breaking Down Part 1 and Breaking Down Part 2. I'm about to cry right now. During a majority of his screen time, I was spending crying during those last two movies. Because I just love him so much. And I think...
What do you think has connected you to Charlie? Please tell the audience.
I love him. And it's not because for some reason I think that's
like
Dylan O'Brien. I need everyone out there that's a Styles Stilinski supremacist
it is not.
To tell me that that's not Styles in like 30 years. Police chief,
I see it.
Flannel, that haircut and a mustache, that's giving Styles, specifically Styles, in about 30 years, 20 years.
Okay.
And I need the girlies, the Styles girls, to stand beside me on that one. I love them. I love them. There's something about them. And when she has to run away for his safety, but the way she gets him to let her go is because I don't want to be trapped here like mom was or whatever she says. Criminal. That's my thing is like everything Bella's doing. Yeah, she loves Edward and yeah, this is like who she truly is deep down. But like, let's think about how it's impacting Charlie. Like, that they're about to, like, inevitably fake her death and, like, have him live with that for the rest of his life. Like, unforgivable. That's why I don't care about Edward. Like, yeah, at the end of the day, Edward's trying to convince her to not be a vampire. Like, he is kind of on the right side of history, but it doesn't stop him.
At the end of the day, Edward doesn't want her to be a vampire.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
And you know who else doesn't either? Jacob.
Because he's a dog.
Wait, just briefly, what does Jacob add to the first movie? Long hair.
Long hair. And him just being established as the friend.
Yeah.
Oh, I like his dad and Charlie's friendship.
And them getting the car and it's sweet.
Wait, when Charlie meets Edward and he's holding the gun and he goes, bring him in.
I love Charlie. I love him so much. And then Carlisle's number 2.
The blinking.
Or the chief's daughter was in. Okay, anything else you want to say about the first Twilight?
The end scene with James is brutal.
Yeah, it's intense.
It's like kind of intense.
At the ballet studio?
Yeah, like I kind of was, every time I'm like, oh, this is going to feel so unserious, but it's kind of like, it's the scariest part of Twilight.
Yeah.
Like, the book.
Yeah.
And using her voice. And then them having this, Edward
speak on that.
Edward having to suck the venom.
And Carlisle.
Without killing her?
Yeah, it's like, oh my god.
What the actual fuck, dog? That's
drama.
And then the dance scene was so cute.
And then him going.
The song. Oh my god. Gagged. The whole Wrigley Gallagher way was Gag City.
Wrigleyville, more like
Gag City. Gag City. My man plays the piano and wears button-ups.
Also, what's intense? Yes, him being the one that's playing the Bella's lullaby is crazy. And then Robert Pattinson singing.
Wait, that's what I wanted to mention. What the fuck is Robert Pattinson's song?
What's he saying?
No one knows. I love when people bittersweet, I will wrap you in my heart. But like, no one knows what he's acting.
That's crazy.
And that playing during the most intense song, that's the one thing that pulls me out of that scene. I'm like, what's he saying?
Mm-hmm.
But he really did that for Twilight, because he loves Twilight.
Yeah, he's never said anything bad about it.
Anything bad.
Twilight's his friend.
He loves it.
Yeah,
they both do.
The only thing that I have written about the first Twilight is Bella falling down the stairs and through windows crazy. And then I wrote restraining order.
Restraining order is the crazy part.
But like, what did that mean? What about
restraining order
for Edward? For James?
James.
He's dead.
I would get James a restraining order.
Yeah. It is really cunty when Victoria walks down the stairs.
Yes.
Yeah. And like goes to the credits. Yeah.
To put us into the next movie.
Mm-hmm. And what's the next movie?
The best movie. My favorite movie. It has remained on my letterbox as my favorite movie, but now Little Women is there too.
Yeah. The big two.
The big two. I don't have a 4. I have a 2.
Letterbox ever
I think
interviews
it
you?
to me that much, it will go there.
Yeah.
But the next movie, New Moon.
I want you to speak on this as someone who's Team Edward, and this is the movie that Edward's in the least.
Okay, listen.
And causes her to go down a depressive episode.
The girls that get it, fucking get it. The way New Moon looks, the soundtrack.
The soundtrack's huge.
The drama, the angst,
her spinning in that chair alone, that's cinema.
That's cinema.
Or she's not spinning, the camera's going around her.
It's so real and raw and possibility playing.
There's a possibility.
God.
Tell me my man comes in.
Scream. What's sick is during that song is I just know when she's screaming.
Yeah.
I can only hear her screams.
Yeah.
And then Charlie's like,
yeah. Oh my god. At the beginning when he gives her a camera. After what she was put through the last one.
Okay, but hold on. The beautiful. Okay, so as we know, at Bella's birthday party, she gets a paper cut.
Just a simple paper cut.
And she goes, paper cut. And
so speak on this. What does Edward decide to do?
Okay. His thinking wasn't clear. But so Jasper is a freaking he's a new vegetarian.
Yeah.
And he can't handle it.
Yeah.
So he's about to go for Bella, and Edward's like, "Oh my god, I need to save her." So you know what? He pushes her into a mirror. Glass table, the mirror thing, and makes the bleeding worse.
Just fucking profusely bleeding.
Which was, I don't know what his thinking was
so
there, but
dumb.
I'm sure he wrote in his diary.
Negative point for him.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
Strike 17.
No. But you know what he decides to do after that? Leave
forever.
He can't even. He's racked with guilt that he even put Bella in any danger. So he's like, I can't be here anymore. I need to leave. I need to get out. I can't. I'm bad for you.
So she spends the whole night in the woods.
That was dramatic, but you know. So she spends the night in the woods.
And Sam gets her.
As Bella does.
My wolves are looking out for her.
The wolves are I do love the wolves. I love that. I wish there was actually more lore from the wolves.
Yeah, there's just not enough time.
I know. And despite the rumors, I do like Jacob.
Despite the rumors! That's so funny.
I do like Jacob. I do think he gets a little pushy with wanting to be with her.
Yeah.
Okay, she doesn't want to be with you. Just be her friend for now, and then just be normal.
I will say, we will have to, let's just fucking get into it. The best scene in the movie. Well, okay, let me say something. Despite the rumors, I'm Team Jacob. No, I'm just kidding.
I was gag city over here. Actually, I don't know if I would be shocked.
No, despite the rumors, I am Team Edward. In the context of this, what else? They're soulmates.
What do you? Yeah.
If we're watching this from a fun angle, yes. But lately, for some reason, like, there are a lot of things where I was like, what was going on? Like, things were hitting me differently where I was like, this is so dumb. But there's one specific thing in Eclipse, but we'll get to that.
Okay.
They're both, like, awful at times.
Yes.
So I like to play devil's advocate for Jacob. Because if I'm not gonna, then who will? I just think that in this movie, they're giving besties and they're giving chemistry. They're giving where the hell have you been, Loca?
Not them giving where the hell have you been.
When he shows up with his new haircut and he like changes and like he runs in the rain.
The scene where he changes is the best.
Jake, run! And then boom.
Like, that's one of the reasons I really like New Moon.
Yeah.
Because it's iconic. Like, he changes into a wolf.
Like, you don't have to think they need to end up together, but I think
he adds an important layer to the saga.
Yes. It's like, if you're going to have
my summary.
If you're going to have a love triangle, the other side of the love triangle has to give something, or otherwise what's the point? And I thought they were giving. I like their friendship at the end of the day. Like, I think they have great chemistry, even just as friends. Yeah. They look good together. He loves her. Maybe it's because he loves her unborn child.
They're childhood besties.
But let's not get into that yet. And I think when they have the scene in her room or when they go to the movies, they were giving. And you know what? They can give different things. If they're giving friends to you, slay. But I think there was potential. And I think that if Edward hadn't called when they were in the kitchen, who knows what would have happened.
Alice would have stopped it.
She would have been like, I'll take the dog out.
In there. Get the dog out of here.
Just saying. But that scene.
But that leads to
rest in peace. What's his name? Clearwater? The guy who died.
Harry.
And he dies of a heart attack.
Yes.
Crazy.
But crazy. I do love that scene, though, where Victoria's running through and that. That one song's playing. Hearing Damage is playing.
Yes.
So I love that scene.
It's great. And, like, it's such, like, a build-up. And then, like, Alice comes back because, like, that's when Bella had jumped into the water.
Yeah.
She's an adrenaline
She's
junkie
an
now.
adrenaline junkie.
I like that. That's my favorite Jessica scene. What are you, an adrenaline junkie now? Or she's like, I know you're, like, depressed or whatever, but, like... she's kind of a mental health ally, but also you're like, whoa.
But also, like, whoa, why are you saying it like that?
Obsessed with her. She jumps, so... That's when Alice stopped, like, seeing her future. Yeah. But it was because she was with Jacob, right? Like, the wolf thing blocked it.
I couldn't,
see past the dog.
Past the dog!
So, like, Edward's really freaked out in his little apartment by Rio Jesus. And Harry Clearwater just bit it. So he calls. Jacob picks up the phone and he's like, Swan Residence. I was like, ooh. Sorry, he's not here right now. He's busy planning a funeral. Click.
Edward was Gag City.
He's like, that can only mean one thing, Bella's dead.
Crazy. Edward to break his phone immediately.
Crazy. And he's like, I won't even triple check with Alice or Bella or anyone else. I'm just going to go kill myself.
He's like, I need to kill myself. And honestly...
Me and who? Who's going to do that for me?
Who's going to do
that scene's so good. Everything that happens, if you're a team Edward, which I would assume most people are, and you're watching this movie and you're suffering through the lack of Edward, it's all worth it for that moment.
That makes up for just literally everything. Because that's so dramatic. And the biggest thing you could do is go to Italy, to the Volturi, to kill yourself.
Yeah, Volturi reveal.
Dakota Fanning, slay the house down. Boo.
Pain.
Pain.
And also Alice in her little scarf.
Alice taking the time. This is important. Alice taking the time to put on a scarf and some sunglasses and driving gloves and drive a yellow Porsche.
Yeah.
What else are you gonna do? You gotta look cunt if you're going to stop your brother.
Yeah, and your boyfriend from killing himself and changing the trajectory of everyone in Italy's lives.
At the beginning when they're watching the Romeo and Juliet and Edward's like literally like, I don't know what he says. I don't know. He's like, I'm gonna kill myself. I don't know what he says.
He's so fucking dramatic.
The whole thing is kind of cinema when you put it all together.
Yeah. New Moon is a banger.
New Moon.
Rosalind playing. Possibility.
There's a possibility. And then, just when you aren't Gag City enough, the end.
Yes, speak on it.
Marry me.
On one condition.
The long ass pause.
And then
everybody's
her little gasp.
and then
cut. Yeah.
Oh.
And that's not how the book ends, right?
No, I don't think so.
Crazy.
From what I remember, no.
That's drama. I love that.
Because everyone was gagged in that theater. And
That's why I wish I had experienced it in the theater. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
So,
but honestly, sometimes things will happen in a book and I'll still be gag city in the movie.
No,
like
literally, I think I'm just gagged all the time.
And that's my resting emotion is being gagged. When PETA went, if it wasn't for the baby, I was still like, oh my God, as if I hadn't read that book cover to cover before.
No, if I see that scene again pop up on my feet, I'm still gagged.
Every time I'm like,
I'm just gagged by things.
And the way he's like, and him and Hamish are like, anyway, sorry, that's not what this is about.
Anyways, they had their time.
Yes, we did that last year. We'll see when Hamish comes out.
Yeah, we'll see Hamish.
Yeah, what a film.
Yeah.
Can't complain, even though it does push my Jacob agenda. I think it was not when we were watching it last time, but like the time before this time, I started going, wait a minute.
I know. When he
started
comes
seeing
through her window, you were like, oh my
And
God,
went,
I
no.
see the and I was like, oh no, it's happening. It's happening. We have a team.
I'm Jacob curious.
Jacob. You know who I'm curious of? Which would lead us into Eclipse?
Yeah.
Edward and Jacob.
Let's talk about it. Eclipse is crazy. I don't want to like jump into, I don't even know how I'd rank these. But I feel like Eclipse is at the bottom.
Eclipse is definitely my least favorite.
And I think I just forget about it a lot because I feel like it's, in terms of like the overarching story, yeah, things happen, but it's not as like detrimental.
Yeah.
Where it's like the first one's the first one, the second one brings in the love triangle, and like the last one is like where all the stakes like get heightened and all that stuff. But Eclipse, yeah, it brings an ending to the Victoria basically saga.
Like Victoria's still trying to kill her.
Yeah, and like we're finally getting to that.
Yeah, I'm like, okay.
But I do forget about it. So when we rewatch it, there are things about it I really like because I feel like it's like the filler movie, but it gives like other characters their backstories. Jasper, even though a fucking Confederate,
even a Confederate
with battle scars,
but he has battle scars.
Him and Bella bond over their battle scars, and I like that for them.
I kind of like them bonding over battle.
And then he's like, I was a Confederate,
and I was like, okay, don't say that.
He literally, that's what gets me is when there are weird things that happen. It's like they didn't have to do that. It's not like they met like an actual genuine human and he was genuinely a Confederate. Like Stephanie Meyers decided on her own.
Said, I think this guy would be a Confederate soldier because he's Southern.
So what else?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Battle scars.
And you get Rosalie's backstory, which is one of my like favorite parts because she's one of my favorite characters. So like getting like understanding why she's the way that she is and like so when they take the vote on Bella being a vampire and like that happens before Eclipse, but like you get like little nuggets of her, but they finally gave her like her story.
They gave her why she's kind of cold.
And you get more of like the werewolf vampire lore.
Yeah. I do like it for like that lore that we get. There's just something about it that just doesn't feel as like big as the others. Or like
it's like they had to do it because
like
it was a book.
And I didn't care about the newborn clan. Like I didn't actually really care about that.
No. And Victoria's
cast it
differently. So and I love Bryce Dallas Howard, but
it didn't feel like Victoria. It just felt like this new bitch. Know. I'm just like, okay.
Yeah.
But you know what we do get?
Edward Jacob.
Edward Jacob.
When they are in the tent. No, okay. Before we even get to that. This movie's crazy. Because it's like...
All I wrote under Eclipse what the fuck?
That's so true. Well, so at the beginning of this, you have... I'm reading my notes. We said... Charlie was like being very right. It's like one of those things where you're watching this movie and like all the concerns that the adults give, you're like, fuck that. She belongs with Jacob. Yeah. Or she belongs with Edward. Sorry.
Something's seeping through over there.
No, but like when you're watching this as a kid or for the first time or whatever, you're like, Edward. She has to be with Edward. But then like as you grow, you're like, no, her parents are literally right. And honestly, it's not even like these huge things. Just like don't make all your decisions based off of this one guy. Don't go to college for a guy.
Yeah.
Charlie's like, don't spend all your time with this one guy. Spend time with your other friends. It's like, I wrote down what we were saying. Don't make your life about one man. Make it about a second man.
Like what?
So that's where the conflict comes in. She's like trying to Jacob hasn't really spoken to her, right? Yeah. And so she's like trying to level set their friendship, and she rides off on the motorcycle, and Edward's pissed. But then Jacob's like, I love you, and I know you love me too, and then kisses her, and then it starts this whole fight. Oh, she punches him, breaks her hand.
Yeah, because he tries to make.
Yes, like they're both being like Edward's. He's not being as controlling as he could be, but he is kind of. He's a little controlling. But then Jacob won't take no for an answer, and then they're all fighting about it. And then Charlie comes in and he breaks it up. I said, "That's a real man."
Oh, okay. But Edward goes, "Let me give you a clue. Wait till she said like."
But that's the key. So that's a great scene. Wait till she says it.
The word.
Yeah, consent king.
Consent king.
But when they have their tent moment, and that's when it gets really crazy because they clearly fucking hate each other.
Yeah.
But then Jacob has to stay in the tent because Bella needs human warmth, and Edward's fucking cold as hell.
Yeah.
And it's crazy that he can read Jacob's thoughts. That's like really fucking hard.
That's like.
But when they start bonding and Edward's like kind of smiling,
he's like kind laughing.
He's tickled.
He's tickled
by Jacob.
He's fully tickled by Jacob.
Edward is tickled a lot. Like just his like.
You see like an enemies to lovers arc.
Yeah, that's my thing. I'm like, why not her be with both of them and they can be together too? And B-O capital B capital O capital A capital F both. And Jacob Edward going, you know, if you weren't trying to steal my reason for existence, first of all.
Yeah.
Crazy. I think I'd like you or be friends. Yeah. And then Jacob's like, nah, not even then. But
they're like, aha, they're just chuckling.
Like, are you kidding?
Tickled.
When they stand, I think just like, Taylor Lautner's not on our picture back here. But I just feel like.
Only the real ones.
Bella, Edward, and Jacob, like, they all are just so aesthetically pleasing together. Like, that's why I like Bella and Jacob at some points. They just like all look good together. They were so well casted. Everyone has really great chemistry with each other. Like, that's the big three.
Yes.
No matter what. And I think they all should just be together.
And like, why not just all move in together?
Yeah. But then the crazy part, this is the part that I cannot wrap my head around. If someone wants to explain to me, I don't know if it's given more context in the books, but I know she's trying to get Jacob to stay. Like, he finds out they're engaged and she has that big fucking ring, which that ring's beautiful. I don't love big rings, but I really like their ring because it's like untraditional. Like, it's
you can tell it's an old ass ring.
Yeah, I like it.
That's a big ring.
It's really cute when he proposes and they like hug and like he won't have sex with her because he'll kill her. Yeah. Love it.
I love it. It's so cute.
Because he's a vampire! More on that in Breaking Dawn Part 1.
Back to he's a vampire.
Yeah. So, Jacob overhears that they're getting married. Because he for some reason still thinks he has a chance because she's like, she loves me.
He's Delulu.
Which he's like, to be fair, she admits that she was fighting her feelings for him because her feelings for Edward were stronger. Like, they existed, but they just weren't as strong.
Yeah.
It was always Edward.
Because that's her soulmate vampire.
Yeah. But then he overhears them talking about their marriage, their wedding, their upcoming nuptials. And you're marrying him? And you knew he was listening. He had to know.
Oh,
but then she's trying to get him to stay, which I guess valid, even though he doesn't stay anyway. She's like, Jacob, kiss me. Jacob!
Kiss me.
But someone tell me why. What was that supposed to do?
I don't know.
Right when Edward could hear them, she was marrying Edward anyway.
That's the drama.
She's leading him on, and she was playing with like, I'll only kiss you again when you tell me when.
Bella, kiss me.
And then she was like, Jacob, kiss me.
She wanted to see if it was better, and she said, oh, that's not good. I'm
Maybe.
going back to Edward.
But I'm just like watching this. I'm like, what was that even for? Like, and he still doesn't stay.
That's the drama. I don't know.
They need to have an Edward.
Trying to give
the Bella Jacob fan something.
A kiss, yeah.
Which like they needed to have like a genuine kiss. And he goes, I wish that was our first kiss. I'm like, well then you could have not forced a kiss on her, but
waited.
Okay.
I hate this.
Everything about it, I'm just like, why are we doing this?
Edward listening.
Insane. Like, there's no reason for that. I really hate to say it.
And him just standing there when she gets back. It's so funny. Like, he's...
And Kristen Stewart's in that fucking wig.
That their wig budget wasn't as high.
No. In the second, or the Breaking Dawn, she's wearing a wig.
Clips. I'm like...
What is going on?
What's going on?
The only one serving cunt here? Charlie.
Yeah.
I think I have to go back to New Moon for a second. You know what? I never thought about the tension between Bella and Carlisle when she's fixing up. And I don't think about it, but like other people do, and that's hilarious.
That's her father-in-law.
So funny. I just had to make that up. My only other note in Eclipse isn't even about Eclipse, but it was just our conversation about being a vampire and how, like, going sort of with the Charlie thing of, like, I wouldn't want to live without Charlie as my dad, as anything else.
Yeah.
And it's like, in general, in real life, I wouldn't want to be a vampire if that meant everyone else I knew wasn't a vampire. And, like I don't want
to lose them.
No, I would want them all to be vampires with me.
Yeah, you'd have to convince them.
Yeah, but I was like, it's not even just, like, the people in my life. It's everything. I would want essentially just everyone to freeze. So I went overpopulation for, like, well, I guess. But I was like, my note is Taylor's so tough to be a vampire, too, because I don't want to live a life where I'm not aging, but Taylor is.
So Taylor's going to have to commit to the life of being a vampire.
I mean, every single, like, person I stand, person I'm, like, a fan of, person in my life, all my friends and my family, we all have to lock in.
And be vampires?
And keep my life
That's a lot
cohesive.
of work.
It is. So that's why I can't be a vampire. That's my argument.
And keep my circle of...
Yeah, my gang of freaks.
I want to meet people.
Like, new
all
people?
Different like,
I guess so. You'd be so sad, though, every time you lost a new person.
Yeah, it would be hard, but I think I'd learn to live.
Yeah.
And, like, I would cherish those memories and I would know everything from all the different times.
Yeah.
And I'd be so smart. Like, Edward's always like, that's how Stefan is too in the Vampires. He just, like, knows all the, I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
You're
Their graduation cat mural.
Yes.
Oh, that's fun. What does Renee say?
Oh, that's creative.
Yeah.
Doesn't know.
Charlie's like, it's fucking weird.
It's fucking weird.
That graduation party and Jacob still shows up and gives her a wolf bracelet. Like, okay.
Like, that's dramatic and that's kind of ugly.
He looked
I'm just kidding.
really good there. And then him and Edward teamed, like, they were like, we have to both protect her. And that's when it started. Anyway. Anything else about Eclipse?
I don't know. I don't
have much to say. Other than whatever Charlie had going on, loved him.
What was the very end?
Of Eclipse, they were like, oh yeah, it's about Charlie. They're like, we have to do our hardest, most dangerous thing yet. Tell Charlie that they're engaged. But you don't see that.
Yeah.
Whatever.
We don't get to see that drama.
Just goes right into the wedding, basically.
Yeah.
And then this is when I started crying when so Breaking Dawn Part 1.
Breaking Dawn Part 1.
When he sees her getting ready and walking her down the aisle, and he's so emotional. He loves her so much. That's why it's so fucked up when they're planning on having to, like, say goodbye to him forever. And when she was mean to him in the first movie, even though it was for his own good, I'm, like, about to cry right now. Like, I don't want him to be sad. He loves her so much. And he, for so many years, lost her because of the divorce.
Yeah.
And he just got her back, and they have their sweet little relationship.
Megan's gonna start crying.
I love him so much. Oh, that's the fucking crazy Eclipse scene is when they're talking. Edward's old school, and he's like, what the fuck does that mean? Is that, like, a code for something? She's like, Dad, I'm a virgin.
I'm a virgin.
He's like, did I ask?
Iconic.
So funny.
Dad.
Oh. And he's an Alice stan.
Yeah, they're best friends.
Him and Allison. Him and Alice were shooting the shit.
Yeah, as they should.
Obsessed.
As they should.
But yeah, Breaking Dawn Part 1, really, I just started sobbing at the beginning. And the wedding's beautiful on its own.
Yeah, the wedding is so beautiful. I need my wedding to look like that. Get to work. You have to carry, like, tree logs.
Sorry, I don't have vampire strength.
I like when they're doing the arm wrestling match. I love their cute little their family moments.
Yeah.
Wait,
I forgot to mention, he was first shown in Eclipse, but when he shows up at the wedding, Boo Boo Stewart, Seth.
Yeah.
He's so Scott McCall. Sorry, another Teen Wolf reference.
He's so small.
I love him. I wish there was more of him.
Yeah, we didn't really get that much of him.
Mm-hmm.
But he's slayed.
And Leah.
The lore. We didn't get enough of we need a whole movie for werewolf lore.
Yeah.
But time's up.
It's fine. Oh, sorry. I keep going back and forth. Eclipse was also where they had that flashback of the person stabbing herself to save, like, her love or whatever. And it's like she didn't have to have a fatal wound, and literally Bella did it right. She just, like, cut her arm up.
Yeah, she just cut her. That's what the person should have done.
So fucking
but,
stupid.
You know,
like, it literally wasn't that serious.
Stupid. It didn't have to be that serious, Mama.
Sorry. Anyway,
stand up, girl. No, just kidding. She did sacrifice. She had to make it dramatic.
I guess
Some people are like, oh my gosh, she's a hero.
A martyr. Okay, the Breaking Dawns.
Breaking Dawn.
I've died every day waiting for you.
So, yes. Breaking Dawn. So, at the beginning of... I just need to know that the beginning was opened with the Volturi. Like, that scene of the Volturi.
Where they get the wedding invite, I think.
Yeah.
And, like, Jacob's getting the invite in the rain.
Yes!
That's the beginning, yeah.
Okay,
all the
yes,
invites.
yes. And Jacob running away. Being drama.
Mm-hmm.
And then the beautiful wedding. And then you know who shows up at the wedding after being a drama because someone invited him?
Sounds like Edward just really wanted Jacob at the wedding.
He kind of wanted him there.
He said this could be me plus you equals 3. Join in, buddy. See, that part's so cute. Like, you have to admit, like, when they're dancing and he's spinning her around, that's so cute.
Yeah, I love that.
But then another thing that they just simply didn't have to write. Like, I get it was like a life and death thing and Edward could hurt her, but they're literally all beefing about her fucking sex life. Like,
I know. I'm like, stay out of that.
none of your business.
None of your business.
He's like, I will have, and it's like her going, I will have a normal honeymoon. It's crazy.
He's like, you're going to kill her. Because you're too powerful.
Yeah.
The honeymoon going so downhill.
The epic highs and lows of their honeymoon of like, oh, they're playing chess and they're doing all these lovely things. And then he gives her like one bruise. And I get like, you don't want to hurt your like significant other. Like that's like.
He doesn't want to hurt. He doesn't even want
but like
anything to happen.
We exist in the context of everything that came before us and how we exist now. And the context is he has super strength and he was probably holding her like any normal person would hold her, but he's a vampire. So yeah, it caused a little bruise and she consented and she wasn't upset.
Fine.
She had the best night of her life. And that's what he said. He said it was the best night of his life, but God forbid there's a bruise on her arm.
No, but he needed to be dramatic and only play chess.
Yeah. She, not even realizing there was a bruise on her arm, like she's fine.
Yeah, like a potato, you know, it just pops up. And
yeah, she's a white girl.
She's literally fine, and her iron is probably so low.
Yeah. So don't worry.
Let's not even worry about it.
It's not that serious.
He's literally the most. That's the one thing about Edward is he's so dramatic.
No, deadass. We learned that in fucking New Moon.
Literally the most dramatic person.
Yeah. Oh, you know what else is cringy? When the werewolves get like really fed up. What was it? I think
talking scene.
Yeah.
I hate that scene.
So someone else has to tell us when it's like Eclipse Extended Edition or Breaking Dawn Extended Edition. What is the extended part? Because I didn't see anything in theaters. It's been a while.
Yeah, I don't remember.
So like, what is extended? I think one of the things that's extended was when Jacob throws the bowl. Or no, Rosalie gives him the hot dog bowl, which is hilarious, and then he throws it at her head, and Edward's cracking up.
That's family.
That's family for real. That's my found family. But I've never seen that scene before, I don't think, until the other night.
No, I think that scene is definitely extended.
Yeah,
that like gives extended energy too.
I love it. Like, I wish I was like more of this. Make it more workplace, found family sitcom energy. Like all of them, Jacob flat out moved into the Cullen house and they're all just like shooting the shit.
Yeah.
Bella maybe like on her deathbed.
No, literally.
She's fine.
Bella's like at her lowest, but they're all having a great time and they're giving found family.
Edward's just like genuinely having a good time with like that interaction. Like it's so funny.
Yes.
I love it.
Wait, is it in part 1 when Alice just stands next to Jacob? Or is that part 2?
It's one of the...
Because, you know, when she stands next to him and is like
her thoughts.
Her thoughts are... She's like, I can have some peace. It's like being asleep.
Yeah.
And they had a nice moment. And it went from, you smell like a...
Yeah, to like, I like being next to you. We're best friends.
I'm like...
Come on now! I love that shit.
Friend.
And just the general, like Rosalie and Bella's relationship. And they give a little hint of it, obviously, in Eclipse. But then, like, when she helps her get ready for the wedding, like, she's slowly warming up to her. But then she's like, I know I can trust Rosalie because Edward is just so determined to save my life. But Rosalie will understand that I want to save this baby's life. And they become best friends. Yeah, well... We forgive her for that.
No, we forgive her for that. Because
and it was like a fully grown baby too.
Fully grown.
Like we can confirm that because that baby was aging faster than anyone.
That baby was already a full ass baby.
Yeah. So I love their dynamic. I love how protective she is when Jacob's like, since when are you and Blondie best friends? And then they're throwing shit at each other and I love it. I love Rosalie just in general.
I love Rosalie.
A queen.
Oh, I love that whole family. Emmett's so like... I love how sassy he gets.
Yeah,
like,
and he loves Bella too. Like that's his best friend,
yes.
And even like Jasper in his own way, that's his best friend
Jasper
too.
Even gets a little creepy.
Yeah, they all look so good in these Breaking Dawns.
Yeah.
Like I was like, Jasper looks really good. I think they just straightened his hair a bit.
Yeah, and he's like not as creepy. It's like he's not.
Yeah.
Like, he's not just, like, death glaring.
Yeah. When they show up at the window to pick him up for the bachelor party, that was cute.
Yes.
That's a family.
That's family.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, the epic highs and lows of this movie.
Yeah. At the wedding when everyone's giving their speeches and the mom's singing, but, like, Charlie's like, I know this. Like, oh, my God.
Charlie's, like, rolling his eyes.
I was just sobbing, though, when he said goodbye to her.
Oh,
I love Charlie. I'm not gonna cry.
I love Charlie.
Anyway, so they go to Rio Jesus and she gets knocked up.
You know when you have to go to Rio Jesus and get knocked up?
When the vampire spawn.
Wait, Edward researching
Demon
on Google that
even Robert Pattinson
so
was like,
unserious. No, he was laughing so hard in that interview. He said he's like Googling vampire. Like,
what's that gonna do?
Have the T on that.
It's
like,
crazy.
Everyone knows.
That's so funny.
So good.
Yeah, love that. The last scene of that is also very, or not like the very last scene, but when she's giving birth, that's a very intense scene. Like, this, like, her pod, like, she's so frail, her back breaking.
Oh my.
And then she's so frail and it's so bloody and, like, they all can't even be, like, Rosalie and Alice can't even be in there. So it's, like, that's, like, a crazy, like, core 3 scene. Like, this is one of those things where there's so many love triangle movies, but I feel like this one really gives. Like, Hunger Games isn't about romance. Like, this is a romance movie.
Yeah.
And I feel like they play it up a little too much, at least in the marketing. Like, it's not like Suzanne Collins her intention wasn't to make it fully about a love triangle, just in the context of, like, how the Capitol will make it about, like, romance because of exploitation and stuff. Mm-hmm. But, like, Gail not giving. Gail, loser. Gail, terrible. This is a bad example because just fuck Gail. But, just, like, having the 3 of them in there, like, those are the only people that are there while she's giving birth. Like, that's powerful stuff.
Yeah. That's, like, a consistent love triangle.
Yeah.
And I think it's beautiful.
Yeah. And I think
how connected
yeah.
the love triangle stays.
Yes. It's like a love triangle up until he imprints.
It's for a kind of weird reason.
Bella, I really hate to say it, she is fucking so criminally insane for wanting to name the baby Edward Jacob.
That's so funny, though.
It's so funny.
Edward Jacob. Because those are her boys.
Yeah, but, like, she knows she's criminally insane.
She's criminally insane.
That's so wild. But Renesmee, Carly, Cullen.
Renesmee. I remember Renesmee being like, I thought that was such a weird name, and now it sounds like so normal to me.
Yeah. It's kind of lovely.
Renesmee. I wonder how many kids are named Renesmee.
I know, we need like a stat on that. Yeah, I enjoyed that. And then, yeah, it's very brutal birth scene, and then Edward trying to bite everything, and then Jacob's like, I told you I would kill you, but I think you need to fucking live with this.
And he walks out, this diva.
And then he's like, I'm gonna go kill the baby. I'm pretty sure he's like about to go fuck up this baby.
He's like, yeah,
but
then, I'll do it myself. But then something more sinister happened.
Honestly, he should have killed the baby.
He probably should have just killed that baby, because he decided that he was just gonna put his paw and imprint.
That's fucking crazy.
On that baby.
Like, okay, so I think this is one of those things where it's like, that didn't have to be a choice. Like, you can be like, Jacob's a fucking freak. But Stephanie Myers, public enemy number 1, Stephanie Myers made that choice. She's like, and this is what gets me too, is like, I get like wanting to like have a satisfying ending for the person in the love triangle that doesn't end up with them.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm not saying, I don't know the lore, I don't know if people would be like, this would be criminal if this happened, but, like, there was, like, a little moment between him and Leah where I was like, he could be with her or someone else in his own pack. Or he had a moment with one of the vampires that come in Breaking Dawn Part 2 where I was like...
They could have done
and why not? Like...
No, it was more...
Or anyone else. Like, it's so crazy that they're like, no, we're going to retroactively say that the reason he was even in love with Bella in the first place is because he was destined to be with her child.
Her... unborn, non-existent child.
And yeah, there's no romance to it until she's like a fully grown adult. But at that point, why even make it a thing when she's a baby? Like, it's still fucking weird.
Like, it's supposed to be like, it's like protector
or like brother. It could be anything to her.
But like the fact that right when she turns the right age, it's like, now you're
that's what like
wife.
In normal circuit, like I get like supernatural things obviously make real life more morals like blurry. Yeah. But that's what grooming is.
That's literally what we call in this world
grooming. And I look like as a Like, I can't, and I like Jacob. It's just like frustrating as like just someone wrote this. Like someone decided this had to be this weird fucking thing.
I know. I'm like, why would we make it weird?
Yeah. But it does give two really iconic, like angsty, powerful scenes. Well, first of all, we were laughing when they like find out that the baby was born and they're like, we have to kill the baby. And the werewolves go and walk off into the woods and we were like, Camp Rock!
They're like walking, Camp Rock!
Camp Rock!
On their way to kill this baby.
But then it is kind of, well, first of all, Edward reading his mind and realizing it.
That's iconic.
Boom. That's. But then, like, they're about to, like, have this werewolf vampire feud, and Jacob's like, well, get this. I imprinted on her. So, and then, well, Jacob, or Edward's one being like, he imprinted on her. And that's their most sacred rule. They can never hurt anyone that another pack member imprints on. And it's Gag City.
They kind of gagged.
We went, Cullens, welcome to Gag City.
No, literally, like, the whole thing's kind of, like, weird and freaky, but, like, that is kind of, like, that's Gag City.
I have chills right now thinking about it.
Gag Central up in here.
It's pretty good.
Like, oh, you can't, because...
That's my soulmate, basically. Which is really
like, if we're going on rules, that's crazy.
Yeah. But in the context in which we exist.
The Collins were fucking Gag City. Edward loved to say that. He said,
your moronic wolfie claim on her. That's the other great scene it gives us in part 2.
Yes.
When she finds out. It's like, why are you, like, Jacob's like, this is enough, let me take her.
Like, listen.
Which is also insane. Even if he didn't, like, have this, like, bond with her, taking her baby away from her.
Like, he's the one who needs the baby all the time. I'm like, that's literally Bella's baby.
That's insane. She's like, that's fucking weird.
Like, already acting like, I don't know.
It's so fucked up. And then they're fighting, and he's like, well, Nessie, I have to protect Nessie. You nicknamed my daughter. That's it. No, Ma. That's why you have to watch all of them. Like, I know I said you should watch just the first one at the very least, but this is why you have to go the long game, because everything we just said is so criminally insane. You have to experience it.
Yeah.
I love it and hate it at the same time.
No, like, I'm like, this is really weird and, like, what the fuck, but also, like, this is cinema.
No, it's, like, so fun. The whole time we're watching it, like, anytime they interact, I'm like, oh, there he is and his girlfriend. Like, her adult boyfriend. And it's, like, so creepy. Has to be next to her. It's, like, not, like, funny in a serious way, but in the context of this, it's so fucking weird and creepy, but also hilarious.
Unserious.
It's so unserious. But then at the end, when they have this, like, Alice has this lovely vision of the four of them once she's fully grown, and they all get to stay together forever. And then Edward reads Alice's mind and sees that vision for himself, and he's like, it's kind of lovely. I'm like,
he's like,
it is kind of lovely, but it's also so insane.
How we got there is really insane and questionable.
I need to, like,
he had that nice vision.
Crawl inside Stephanie Meyer's brain, because what the fuck?
She was going.
She said, I know exactly how to solve this.
She said, hold on, I know the perfect ending.
Crazy shit.
But yeah, breaking down part 2 is when they, so because of this vampire human child, bitch, the Volturi thinks it's a full vampire,
like that they bit a child.
Oh, that they turned a child, which is
illegal.
And you're not doing that. You'll get thrown in the fire.
Baby in the fire, and you in the fire too.
Just throwing the Volturi is so funny to me, because technically they're like evil, but also like they're trying to just
they stand on their business.
System of rules that kind of make sense, like not telling people and like not changing children. Like that all seems like okay, that's good rules, but the way that they uphold this.
They kill humans all the time. And
they just be killing everybody, but they're like so strict with everybody else and how they live.
Yeah,
I'm like, hello.
So this is another one where it sort of feels like Eclipse, where it's like now they're trying to bring in all these like side stories, and like it's not really side stories; they're just gathering a lot of like other vampires that are super interesting, but we don't really have time to deeply get into it. But it's important that they're there, A, because of the book, and B, because they need enough people to stand up against the Volturi and prove that this child is in fact like half human. It was born naturally.
Yeah.
But like Lee Pace is there, Rami Malek is there.
Yes.
And like what's happening? A gang of freaks.
a whole gang of freaks show up to help the Cullens.
Uh-huh.
And they're all, what's funny is every time they have, like, they're all about to go against, like, something so evil and something so terrifying, but they're all, like, to prepare for this stuff, they're all just, like, laughing and training and, like, kind of unserious. I'm like, to get ready for this huge thing that's scary, they just all get, like, pretty unserious.
Yeah.
And I really like them.
Wait, one more thing. Before this even, well, it's kind of happening, kind of not yet. When they... Charlie, this is unserious, so they're like, Charlie, you just go on a fishing trip. He's like, you're trying to get rid of me? Haha, it's working. And that's the last time you see my man, Charlie.
Yeah.
Yeah, a moment for Charlie.
A moment of silence.
This will be my last moment for Charlie, because we barely see him. He is so freaked out about, like, because he just thinks Bella has, like, a disease and is at all these medical facilities. He hasn't seen her. No one will let him see her. And then Jacob is like, I know what to do. Because they're about to, like, move away and tell Charlie. Well, he's like, I don't want them to move away because they're taking away my girlfriend. My baby girlfriend.
My baby girlfriend. Like, how dare they? My baby human vampire girlfriend.
Can't even take that shit seriously.
What?
So he's like, well, if we tell Charlie, like, if Charlie understands the situation, like, they will be less likely to leave because they can stay with him a little longer. Mm-hmm. So he's like, well, first of all, I'm going to go there and be like, it's about Bella, and let him just for a split second even think that Bella's dead. And that devastated me. He's literally, it's just like a split second.
It's like literally point bug.
And he's like, no. And he's like, no. And I'm like, oh my God. But that's the thing. That's going to happen to him someday. Or maybe, I don't know. Maybe he'll know her longer and, like, she'll visit. That's what I heard that in the books. He, like, makes sure she visits and stuff. But it's still...
but, like, once his lifespan's over.
Yeah, fuck. Anyway, we won't think about that.
We don't think about that.
But then he comes and meets her, and it's like, he knows that it's something's up because the baby has Bella's eyes.
That his daughter's now a freak.
He's like, you don't turn into a wolf. But Jacob's solution is like, I'm just going to strip.
He's like, the world is not what it seems, and he's stripping.
Stripping? Hilarious.
I'm like,
what a way to go.
Charlie not being more shook that he's literally a wolf.
He must just know. He must have had a sense that something was always up,
like,
because
you guys are weird.
He's known, like, Jacob's family for so long, and all these weird shit keeps happening, and the Cullens have always been fucking weird. So, like, he must have, like, some semblance of not necessarily going, oh, everyone's vampires and werewolves.
He had some prep for this freaky shit.
Probably. And it's like, he knew Jacob for a while, so he's like, okay, I trust him, I guess. Even though he just stripped and turned into a fucking dog.
Even though he turned into this
a big dog.
huge-ass dog.
Obsessed. And then just, like, that shot of Bella and the baby next to each other, and, like, clearly they look similar. And he's like, oh, you adopted her.
That's my himbo.
I was reading his Wikipedia, which I think supplemented stuff from the book. Like, it wasn't all about the movies, so... They're saying that the reason why he clocks that it's, like, knows that it's a vampire baby or immortal whatever baby is because it has his eyes. Because it's, like, his eyes, Bella's eyes. It was, like, and he sees that it's Bella's eyes / his eyes. I was like, that's drama.
Wait, that's drama.
I know.
That's tea.
I love Charlie.
Charlie.
So then they have they can maintain a relationship with Charlie, but it still just, like, hurts me so much. And, like, you don't really see him that much at the end.
Yeah. He kind of gets phased out because,
like,
he can't go against the Volturi.
Yeah. But I love him so much. He's the best character.
Yeah. Maybe not in my top.
Anyway. Yeah,
I love Charlie. This is going to make me seem like I hate Charlie. I love Charlie.
Yeah. I just love him
just don't think
so much. It's a little criminally insane.
Yeah,
like, it's a little bit of mental illness.
I just don't have the connection to Dylan O'Brien that...
Well, it's not even just that. I'm just kidding. I love Charlie on his own, but then I had a moment where I went, wait a minute.
Hold on, this is Dylan O'Brien.
So it just, like, added a little something. It added a little. But I think I would still be just as obsessed.
Yeah.
If I didn't have that moment of realization.
Yeah. He's a solid character. Yeah. He says maybe 12 words.
And he looks good doing it.
But he's pretty good.
I love him.
Hey, he's pretty good.
It's just like how, like, he loves Bella so much.
Bella.
That's his daughter.
That's his daughter.
The vampire daughter.
Yeah, I'm glad he loves Bella.
I'm glad he's a good dad.
It's nice to see a good dad in media.
Yes, it is. A good dilf.
A good dad.
Sorry.
Carlisle.
So yeah.
Carlisle opening the door for Charlie.
We went.
Hold on. Me every time. Me just trying to make this a little...
When is it Rosalie and Jasper? No, Rosalie and Emmett that find Lee Pace, the one guy.
Yes.
And he's like, they're like, Carlisle needs you.
And we're like,
and I was like, they were definitely really good friends.
They explored each other's bodies.
Like
that was been
Carlisle's friends. Yeah, they've moved on.
Carlisle's friend. Carlisle has a lot of friends.
Yeah, very good.
Very good friends.
And I think him and Charlie could be very good friends.
I think they could be good friends. Whatever level you
Cancel
want
the
it,
podcast.
I think they're good friends.
We're not renewed for another season.
We were canceled.
Yeah, so then they all prepare for battle, and I think it's lovely when they're training, and she's trying to protect Edward from... Edward's face! So the girl with the electric shock powers, and she's like, I'm gonna go full blast, and Edward's like, oh my god,
please, for the love of God, work.
So funny. It was cool seeing everyone with all their powers. That's why I was like, this would be fun if we had them for longer.
Yeah.
So it was unique, like the girl who can have them see everything, and that's when you learn that
so
Bella's
cool.
a shield. Yes. That was cool.
Bella being a shield is so cool.
And she can
And
protect
to have
them.
that, to wrap that, like, that's why.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Stephanie Meyer's did something, right?
She connected that.
Yeah, she's smart sometimes.
She's smart.
I think smart's a strong
She's
word.
smart. She connected the dots.
Yeah.
Maybe some weren't morally.
Great,
what?
yeah.
She tied it together.
Anyway. The final battle. That's
The final battle. Oh, I was Gag City again. I know exactly what's gonna happen. I was like,
I know. I wish I could wipe my brain.
I know.
Where like you think you're watching this really devastating fight and they're killing
where Carlisle dies immediately.
like crazy. And then I think Jasper dies,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Someone falls down the chasm. Don't they? A bunch of wolves die.
A bunch of Leah, I think Leah and Seth.
Awful.
Or, no, Sam. Sam, like the alpha, I think.
And that, like, some kind of alpha, though. Like, he died pretty easily, I hate to say.
I know, he wasn't very much of an alpha.
And then, like...
Classic alpha.
Yeah, and then, like, half the Volturi dies, too.
Yeah. Arrow dies. That's
Yeah.
when Arrow was like, yeah, never mind.
But then Alice is like, now you know.
Now you know.
Mr. President.
Now you know. That was that... Alice getting that moment.
Yeah. Well, you're like, why the
means a
fuck
lot
does
to
she...
me.
I think that the way they played that was really cool of, like... Alice left and you know she knows something but that she can't tell anyone, but she tells Bella because she knows no one can read Bella's mind and all that stuff. So good.
So good.
Yeah. I love it.
Oh my god.
And I'm glad that worked out for everyone.
Yeah.
They all kiss. Everyone kisses who
and
they
then
have to
everyone
kiss.
started making out at the end. Even Arrow. Arrow just leaving.
He said,
The Volturi's still being...
yeah. And then him and Jamie
alive.
Campbell Bower having crazy beef. Centuries old beef, probably.
Wait, the centuries of beef. They're definitely beefing. What's... I don't even know their names. The really vampire, the Dracula vampire.
Uh-huh. His name's like Morgan or some M name.
Yeah.
The one that's like, finally, when he was fake killed.
Oh, wait, not that one.
Oh.
But, yes.
That was funny.
That was funny when he was like, finally, and then he was killed. I was like, oh my god, he's real. Because he's like, literally looks like a corpse from the beginning.
Yeah, he's scary. A lot of the Volturi's scary.
Yeah.
But he's really scary.
he's like next level.
Because he gives like Dracula-esque
Yeah.
vampire.
And he talks like really
Yeah.
slowly.
Wait, who are you talking about?
Noel Fisher.
Oh. Why did he look like that?
Those two, like, being like, we didn't even get to, like, kill the Volturi. Like,
Yeah.
And then them being like, they're gonna come, you're stupid, they're gonna come back for you. And then they all just, like, laugh.
And they all kiss.
They're all just, they all start making out. Like, it's so unserious. Like, Carlisle was like, ha ha ha. This shit is always happening to them.
They're like, that's just a Tuesday.
And they gear up, like, so fast.
So
They're like,
silly.
this is so serious, but it's just another Tuesday.
It also cracked me up that like the stakes have never been higher for them. But Esme and Carlisle were like, we haven't been to London in a while, and I was like, okay, good for them. In the middle of
that's
this,
so funny.
we'll have like a little honeymoon moment.
They're like, oh,
I'm like,
at least
yes.
we get to have a nice trip.
Happy for them, but also
Those are my parents.
there's kind of a lot going on right now.
You're kind of not thinking.
It's so goofy.
But when Renesmee rides
Her
on
boyfriend.
Jacob's back, but then Jacob, when when Sam, I guess, dies, and then he's like crying. I thought that was like a beautiful moment. Even though this is all just a vision, but like I was still gag city. Like, what if they killed that many people?
Insane.
Like, I get like killing maybe one or two of the main
I'm surprised that no one actually really died.
They were just killing everybody. I know, and then no one dies. Because Alice is like...
She's like...
Cunt.
Volturi, welcome to Gag City.
That's literally what she did.
I'm obsessed with us latching onto this meme from 6 months ago.
I love it.
That's why I had my notes during the imprinting thing. Jacob and Friends, welcome to Gag City. No, it was when Bella's like coming back. No, it was when Bella's coming back to life and they all sense it. Jacob and Friends, welcome to Gag City. I think I might have said Jacob and Collins.
I was like,
but I wrote down Jacob and Friends.
I was like Jacob and Collins.
I
was like Jacob, Edward, Jacob and Friends, Gag City.
That's my one like gripe is when she's like human. Like, yeah, they showed them all sensing it, but Edward was so devastated that she was dead that I feel like his reaction was kind of underwhelming when she was alive.
Yeah, I think he would have been giving more.
Yeah.
I think he would have killed himself immediately.
Yeah. But then when she was back, he was like, I can't believe I can feel your skin. It's as cold as mine. I'm like, okay, you should be like on your knees, like sobbing right now. Thank God that she's alive.
Yeah.
None of them really had a that
no
really good reaction, or they just like didn't show it.
No one really gave a fuck.
No.
It was not very unserious.
No one gave any fucks.
No, but Bella being turned into a vampire was actually like it had to happen.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like they weren't just changing her. Which I think is, like, they had to save her life. She had to be a vampire. Mm-hmm. So they never just really just changed her.
Yeah.
Gag City.
Gag City. I'm trying to think of
bitch-ass baby.
Anything else. Bitch-ass baby.
Oh, my. Just the end.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's how you really should speak on at the end.
When Bella can show Edward...
Oh, the montage,
the memories. So then it's a fan edit, of course.
Yeah.
Christina Perry.
Yeah, she's like, I'm making you a fan edit of all of our moments to a Christina Perry song.
And Brie, welcome to Gag. That's beautiful.
But you know what? It's even more of a gag. The end credits.
The end credits are so good. Mm-hmm. I could just watch those and be happy.
It just feels like the end of an era.
And showing like literally everybody, like
even if they weren't in the movie.
Yeah,
that's history.
Everyone from the saga. Mm-hmm. That's beautiful.
It's a legacy.
That's literally history.
Mm-hmm.
I have to show. I'm probably not gonna have kids, so I'm gonna have to show anyone who has kids.
To anyone who will sit down with you.
Anyone who will sit down this saga. Yeah. Anyone who will sit down with me this saga.
Yes. Started young.
Educate.
Yeah.
On Gag City.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
All right. That's Twilight, baby. Should we do
That's what
highs
we call
and lows
Twilight.
really fast?
About that. Yeah.
Epic. Highs and lows. Brie, who are your favorite characters?
My favorite characters are Edward and Alice. What about you, Megan?
I put Charlie.
I'm
with a heart. Wait, hold on. Oh no, I fucked it up.
I can't believe
this is not in my notes, but I do have like the heart there too. But like in my actual notes, I wrote Charlie Heart, and I put Alice and Rosalie.
Yes.
I'll give Edward some credit sometimes. But mostly Charlie, Alice, and Rosalie. That's my big three.
Okay. Who would I add to my big three? Who would I add to my third?
Probably Arrow.
True. Arrow served cunt.
That's
probably
so funny.
Just the whole Volturi.
Yeah. Okay, least favorite?
Riley.
Is that one, the guy in the clips?
Yeah, who's like with Victoria.
Yeah.
I just said him because
I put
he just gives me nothing.
James. And then
James is bad.
Stephanie Myers.
Oh.
Everything that pisses me off is her fault. So
Stephanie's gonna watch this.
Maybe if you didn't make Jacob imprint on the daughter. Truly. Everything else I can maybe forgive.
I can maybe.
But the imprinting is crazy.
The imprinting is so crazy.
I can't.
God bless.
Favorite moments.
That's his wife. How dare you speak on his wife like that?
His child bride.
His child bride. I can't. Yeah, that was criminal.
Yeah.
Jail.
Jail.
Restraining order.
Restraining, maybe that's what I wrote. I was preemptively being like, he should get a restraining order from her.
Fave moments. All of them.
I wrote 4 things. I'm going to try to stick to them.
Okay.
He's planning a funeral.
That's good. That's good.
The Loch Ness Monster scene. Any of Rosalie and Bella's like bonding moments.
Yes.
And the baseball scene.
Okay, yeah.
And I guess anything with Charlie, but that should be remain like just like obvious.
I think that may be clear to everybody.
Yeah,
I
think
would hope.
so. I've said my piece.
Yes, thank you. No, okay, yeah, I would agree. Like the baseball scene. Oh my god, anytime Edward saves Bella.
Yeah.
And is like, oh my god. And then like anytime he says something like insane.
Yeah.
Like you tried to take my entire.
If you weren't trying to steal my reason for
existence.
Yeah. That was good.
New Moon, just all of New Moon.
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding. Like that's even Jacob. Like Jacob parts, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
And just, you know what? The whole movie. And the soundtrack.
Yeah.
Ugh. And yes, the end credits.
Mm-hmm.
Gagged. I could say a lot more, but I won't. Because that will take a lot of time.
Mm-hmm.
Least
Least
fave.
You want to go first?
Yeah, I said when the wolves are talking.
Yeah. I was like, I'm with you, but I'm also...
Are fully wolves, like they're dogs, and they're yelling at each other in human voice. I just felt that was very unserious.
Yeah, I agree.
I feel like they should have just been their human forms.
Yeah.
For that meeting.
Mm-hmm.
I said the Bella being mean to Charlie in Twilight.
Yeah, I have that.
I don't like that.
Mm-hmm. I also just have him being sad and breaking down part 2 at all, or just in general. That's most of my least fave.
I don't like when those men are attacking Bella.
Yeah.
And I don't like Jacob kissing Bella. And I don't like Bella kissing Jacob right by
Jacob! Kiss
her
me!
future husband.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
I'll
forgive it.
I'd agree with that, and I just wrote imprinting.
Oh, and imprinting.
Despite it being Gag City at some points, most of the time I'm against it.
Yeah, most of the time, like, there were a few moments where I was like, oh, that's pretty good. But mostly, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh, and Eclipse.
Favorite? New Moon. Least favorite? Eclipse. I would say if you had to rank them, what would you do?
I thought about this.
Yeah, I tried to think about it too.
And I don't know. Okay, New Moon.
Yeah.
This is Twilight.
Okay.
Breaking Dawn Part 1.
Yeah.
Breaking Dawn Part 2.
Yeah.
Eclipse.
I think I could agree with that. My only thought is, not that I'm confident, I would maybe go, I really like New Moon. Breaking Dawn Part 1, Twilight. Breaking Dawn Part 2.
I feel like I could switch Breaking Dawn Part 1 and Twilight. I don't know. They're like very close. Both Twilight just like
iconic.
It's just so iconic.
Yeah.
And then like kind of like my little baby.
Yeah.
But Breaking Dawn Part 1 gave like everything and was so like so many ups and downs, and they had their found family moment.
Yeah.
And it was drama.
Yeah. I agree.
Part 2 was just a lot. Like a lot was happening.
Yeah.
Like I mean like the battle, like getting all those new characters. Yeah. Then like a battle. I'm like,
I agree. And it's the end, and you're just kind of bummed.
Yeah, and then the credits roll, and I'm like,
yeah, Charlie's not in it that much.
Yeah, that's my reason that I don't like it. Eclipse, just like what I said. What the fuck?
And scene.
And scene.
On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the most unserious a thing can be, what would you rate it?
I said 8.
Oh, I put like 6.
Okay.
So maybe 7.
Okay, 7.
7.
I feel
like it does get intense at times.
It does have very intense.
But it's not that serious.
But like I do laugh a lot during it. Like,
I have a good time
during most of it.
Yeah.
They're just so unserious.
Mm-hmm. And Brie, would you recommend this to people?
Yes, I'll sit with you.
She's like, I recommend you watching it with me.
Right next to me.
Yeah, that's what I said. Everyone's got to at least watch the first one at least once.
Yes. And New Moon.
Yeah. And Eclipse and Breaking Down Part 1.
And honestly, just throw the others in there. Wrap it up. Yeah, put it all in there.
I agree.
So good. So nostalgic.
Yay.
To me. Hashtag
to me. And I'm going to give you, and you can make me pick a couple questions. We are at our last segment, Game Time with Megan and Brie. We have Twilight seen it in front of us, and as much as we'd love to play the full DVD game, we just have the question cards. Yeah. I think we can each ask each other maybe 3 solid questions.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Let's see. Oh my God, some of these are intense. Oh, this is an interesting. Oh wait, that's really specific. If you have one, feel free to ask.
What does James use to trick Bella into coming to the ballet studio?
It's like the home movie, the ballet home movie.
Yeah. Tape.
Yeah.
Of
Slay. Oh, okay. This is I think we have to think about this in the context of at the time, because I don't know if anything has changed since then. Which one of the actors in Twilight has also had a reoccurring role on Grey's Anatomy?
Which of the actors in Twilight
was on Grey's Anatomy?
Was on Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah.
Wait, I know it.
Yes, you do.
Esme.
Yes.
Okay. For a second, I was thinking of everybody else, and I was no, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Freaking Jane Doe.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God.
Okay, what is the theme of the prom?
Oh, isn't it Monte Carlo?
Yes!
Yeah! Okay. So these are just which Cullen bats twice before the baseball game gets interrupted?
Bats twice?
Yeah. That's a good question.
No, don't tell me. Jasper?
No.
No? Edward?
No.
What? Carlisle?
No.
Oh my God.
Who's the first one to bat?
Emmett?
Mm-mm.
What?
Who's
Gag
left?
City
Who's left?
over here. Rosalie?
Yes!
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. God bless. But I just think of Jasper doing his weird bat thing.
Mm-hmm.
He swings the bat around in a very
That's a good one.
I'm some of these I feel are too easy.
Yeah, some of them are too easy and some are crazy. Specific.
Crazy. Okay. Oh.
Okay. Oh, okay. I have a couple more. Just because some of them feel easy, some of them feel really hard, and one feels like a solid question.
Okay.
Do you want me to do them?
Yeah. I'm scared.
This is the hard one, but also not that hard, but kind of. What color is the bowling shirt Bella wears to her first day of school?
Green.
Yeah, good. Which member of the Cullen family has been a vampire for the longest?
Is this a trick?
I don't think it's a trick.
Carlisle?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Is this a trick?
This is my favorite question. At the cafe, what do Bella and Charlie reach for at the same time?
The ketchup.
Yep.
That's funny. Okay, wait, I need to do more.
Okay. Did you guys get all the questions right? Are you guys Twilight super fans? Brie and I did Twilight trivia this time-ish last year, and we lost. But people were intense, and a lot of it kind of relied on some book knowledge that we didn't really have, or just Brie hasn't read in a while.
Yeah, I don't know much.
But our team name was Bella's Invisible Ketchup.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one.
Someone there, though, had a team name that was, "This is the skin of a quizzer, Bella." And that's the funniest thing I've ever seen.
I wish we did that.
I know.
Okay, what favorite dish does the waitress say she'll bring Bella for dessert?
Oh, fuck. A key lime pie. Banana cream pie.
No.
Coconut cream pie. Is it pie?
No.
Oh. An ice cream sundae, a banana split.
Oh, I wish.
What is it?
A berry cobbler.
Oh,
That's so
damn.
funny.
I knew it was
That's
something
pretty
like that.
specific.
Well,
At the diner, this is another diner question. At the diner, Bella says that Charlie should cut back on what?
burgers or steak?
Yes.
Steak? Yeah. I knew, Charlie.
Okay, wait, I want to do one more.
Okay.
I want a good one. Well, this is easy, but I just am going to do it.
Okay.
Who shows up at prom with a message for Bella?
Victoria? Shows up at prom.
Who's at prom waiting for Bella to...
Oh, Jacob.
Yeah. Wait, there's long hair.
I forgot. Okay, I was like
Yeah.
picturing her in the prom, but it's like before they go in,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
It's like, wait a minute, I have to go talk to
That's so
Jacob.
funny. And her long ass hair and his like button down shirt. That's so funny.
He's all dressed up just to give her a message.
So funny.
Wow.
And then Edward and Jacob are like staring at each other. And at that point, Jacob doesn't even know that he's a werewolf, right?
No, he doesn't.
So, but he's just like, I hate this guy.
Yeah. He's like, I
stands
hate
on
the colors.
business.
He just stands on business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yay, we did it!
Oh my god, it's over.
How do you feel?
It's over. Good.
Hell yeah. Live, laugh, Twilight.
I love Twilight.
Thank you all for watching. We did pretty good on time. I'm proud of us.
Yeah.
And like and subscribe for more content. We're doing the Halloween Towns next week on Halloween night.
Gag. Sorry.
And then get ready because then Agatha all along and only murders in the building. We're keeping Spooky Month going a few extra weeks.
Yeah, as we fucking should.
And until then...
Oh, baby, I'm a fool for you. Oh my God, I love Edward.
I love Charlie.